Hello and thanks for your company on this week's edition of Take Two. A busy program coming up tonight as we have a look back over the past week. Plenty of racing on our New South Wales provincial and country tracks. On Monday, we had a couple of meetings. We went to Wellington and also beautiful Port Macquarie.
Monday racing at Port Macquarie. It was a War Hope meeting held here at Port Macquarie on the 1st of September, and we saw some really good runs. And not only that, horses getting to the line and horses showing speed winning.
Yeah, the track played really well throughout the afternoon. We're on a soft 5 surface.
What's yours come out of what race?
I'm keen on Shalamina in race 3. Now, she had no such luck from a barrier here this afternoon. You see her 3 deep in behind the speed in the green and yellow colours. I thought she'd done a great job to keep on fighting late.
Around the home turn, the burning question. Can Nakodes Binks keep going? Leads into the straight by 2.5. Can't Fail is hot in pursuit. Behind those counterpart from Shalamina to the 200. Nakodes Binks in front. Can't Fail labouring for the moment. Counterpart Shalamina and Dance right down the outside. Nakodes Binks in front. Here comes the cavalry. Dance in the centre. Can't Fail. Dance too good. Dance beat Can't Fail second. Third Shalamina.
I thought she was really tough, to be honest. It was a really solid speed up front. Yep. Not easy to sit 3 deep and overcome that when they rock along hard. It was always going to be set up for something back in the field, but all in all, I thought she was tough.
Yeah, doing a good job this preparation. Mine comes out of race 5. It was Lord Sequence. He was having his first run for 5.5 months. He hadn't been to the trials. Looking at him in the yard, there was a bit of tidying up to do with him. We'll pick him up on the home turn. He's in the red colours with the gold sleeve. You watch the way he hits the line late.
500 out. Toiga makes play by a length. Rebellious Red second. Sweet Patriot scouting wide, but continues to make ground. Launch Sequence fourth, followed by Sobe Inspired, Wingnut Dayu Sweden. Well back Go Isla Go, Hard Ash and Crown Estate. At the 300 metres, Toiga in front. In the middle was Rebellious Red, and on the outside was Sweet Patriot. Toiga with a kick. Launch Sequence getting up along the inside. Toiga in front from Launch Sequence, Sweet Patriot, and on the outside Sobe Inspired. Toiga in front. Toiga, I think, is just one. Toiga from Launch Sequence.
Yeah, his run was good. Give him one more bound, he probably wins.
Yeah, he done a great job. And taking into account how much improvement he had to come in the yard, he looks to be in for a great prep.
Yeah, and he's probably a horse this preparation that's going to get 1,200-1,400 metres.
Agreed.
Yeah, I like him. Lord Sequence is mine coming out of race 5 from the Glen Milligan stable.
Yeah, and Shalamina out of race 3.
They're our Take Two horses coming out of Monday's meeting here at Port Macquarie on the 1st of September.
Take Two time racing was at Wellington this Monday, the 1st of September. We had a 7-race card and we'll bathe in beautiful sunshine. We kicked off on a soft 6 surface and I've picked out a couple of horses that I'm pretty keen to follow moving forward. The first horse I want to highlight went around in the opening event from the Brett Robb stable. Penciller was only having his second start in a race. He had failed on debut at Wagga. First up today without a trial. He was able to race on speed. He was a little bit green and just found one better on the day.
So Denman Bandit led Miss Pap, going up quickly on the outside, Tango on, followed then by Pencil Elderberry Wine. Argyle Springs is trying to get a run through them. Sabatina out very wide to break back the Broadcast Boogie. Denman Bandit swings in front. Miss Pat is making a bit of a challenge, but further out Tango on is coming after Denman Bandit, and Penciller is still running home well now. Penciller is after Denman Bandit. Penciller coming at Denman Bandit. Denman Bandit just held on to beat Penciller.
Well, Denman Bandit, he first started, was simply too slick in the end, but Penciller was gaining on the line, and I think next time round with that little bit of extra fitness and a bit more race experience, we'll go pretty close to winning. The next horse I want to highlight went around in race number 2. Frankie Shout from the Nelly Galea stable was second up from a spell today, was beaten for speed, but watch the way he finds the line.
As they race towards the home turn, Newby Bridge holding third, then Megamone Ness. I'm Independent kicks back on the inside of Nota Bell. Newby Bridge is a length and a half away. Down the outside, Frankie Shout comes to home well. Nota Bell, I'm Independent, kicks back. Newby Bridge the outside. Nota Bell gets away on half a length now. Newby Bridge is coming at it, and Newby Bridge has beaten Nota Bell. Frankie Shout flew on the outside.
1,100 metres today. I think if he can find himself in a race over a little bit further, maybe on a bigger track, I think he'll be pretty hard to beat Frankie Shout. So the 2 horses to follow out of this Wellington meeting this Monday, the 1st of September, will go with Penciller and Frankie Shout.
7 races were on the card at Scone on Tuesday, the 2nd of September, on a good 4 track. We got an upgrade after the first event, actually, from a soft 5 up to a good 4. The sun was shining, there was a good crowd on track, and we saw a couple of handy horses go around. Outside of those, I've found a couple that we can follow going forward. Now, the first of them comes up out of race number 2. This was a country-boosted Class 1 over the 1,400-metre journey. The horse you're looking for is Empress Tsarina, trained by John Ramsey. Grant Buckley was in the saddle. She was on the quick backup after going around here last week and winning over the 1,250 on a heavy track. She goes a week between runs, she goes up in trip, she gets onto a better surface. Ultimately, she finishes second behind Smart Buy, but I thought the effort was good.
600 metres left to go, and it led by 2 lengths over Make a Woo Turn. Star Lacquer under pressure. Empress Tsarina was next. Smart Buy staying nearer the inside, and then Our Emily, followed by Winning Rain and Major Lightning. On the quiet as the leader. 350 metres left to go. Smart Buy is about to angle off the inside and give chase after this front runner. Empress Tsarina is joining in out 3 wide. They're clear of the others. Smart Buy and Empress Tsarina come away as they head to the 100. Smart Buy the inside, Empress Tsarina, nothing between them. Smart Buy wants to run out a little bit, but doing the better, and Smart Buy over Empress Tsarina.
That was her third start in the space of 21 days. She had that win last week, followed up by that really good run there today. So she's in really good form. John Ramsey no doubt will find a race over the 14, maybe even 1,600 metres next time, and I don't think another win will be too far away. The second horse to follow comes up out of race number 4 on the program, a filly by the name of Varuni. Now, she was on debut today for the Annabelle and Rob Archibald stable. Filly by Tagaloa. You'll see her in the Australian bloodstock colours. She had a wide gate today. She had to go back in the run. The brakes didn't come at the right time for her, but I thought she finished off well, finishing third behind her stablemate Nepo Baby.
600 metres out, led narrowly over Nepo Baby and Little Bubbles out 3 wide. Miss Fleetwood has camped just behind those, followed by Redolent, Ravana the inner in the orange, and then Flying Molly working to the outside. Further back then came Yvette from Another Bad Decision, pushing through nearer the inner, and they're clear of Varuni. It is Nepo Baby getting to a narrow lead as they run towards the 150. On the outside, Little Bubbles trying to pick it up. Yvette is pushing through the centre, but Nepo Baby stole a march. Nepo Baby at the 100, more than a length in front over Yvette going to second, then Miss Fleetwood and Varuni finishing it off.
The 1100 today was just a touch too short for her, but no doubt the Archibald stable will find a race over 12, maybe even 1,400 metres for her next time out, and a win won't be too far away. She's a pretty nice type of filly who has a promising future ahead of us. So the 2 horses to follow coming out of Scone today are Empress Tsarina and Varuni.
Racing on Tuesday came out of Nowra after a lot of rain, relentless rain over the last couple of months. It saw us race on a heavy 8. I was expecting a downgrade, to be honest, as the day went on. The times were all quite slow, and all reports from the jockeys were that it certainly raced very heavy and was quite testing conditions, but it remained a heavy 8. You saw pretty competitive racing throughout the day, and I have found a couple of horses I'd like to highlight out of the meeting. The first horse I want to follow is a horse called Ciao Bella Mia. Now, she's still a maiden at about start 11 today, but she was resuming. Last preparation, we didn't see the best of her till she got out over 1,400, 1,500 metres. She was always a horse that got back a bit, but attacking the line well. She was trialling really sharp this time around, suggesting she'd be competitive first up at the short trip. And as we pick her up in the run now, she savages the line, just couldn't reel in the stablemate who was the eventual winner.
To the home turn from Airfield, who just pushed into the clear to get off the leader's back door along, and Classic Touch, who's had a very wide run, took the corner 4 wide. Jackets has cut the corner, and Mary LeBone, it's heading the others. So they're at the 250. Cool Cade's in front from Airfield, Ciao Bella Mia, and then came Jackets on the far side, door along, and Classic Touch hasn't picked up, but it's Cool Cade in front. 100 metres left to go. Cool Cade in front from Ciao Bella Mia. Cool Cade from Ciao Bella Mia. Cool Cade beat Ciao Bella Mia.
The way she attacked the line first up over the 1,100 metres, I think she won't be a maiden for that much longer this time around, stepping out over a little bit further. Second horse that I want to highlight out of the meeting is a horse called Artifacts. Now, it was another horse that was resuming today. It was coming into this run off of one soft trial on a heavy track where he wasn't let off the bridle. We hadn't seen him contest a heavy track race day before, so whilst he trialled well on the heavy track, we didn't know what he'd find under pressure. Got a long way back here from the wide draw in a small field, but we're picking him up down the straight. I know he's well beaten by the winner in Jackpot Star, who was our favourite, but I thought he found the line really strongly for a horse resuming.
So they've got 500 to go, and Jackpot Star, the favourite, eventually found its way to the lead and the rails. Ningaloo Reef got to second. Multi-Uno handed up. It's now leaders back in third. And then Boom in the Dark from Wrong Footed, and Artifacts is the last one. Jackpot Star, 350 to go, a length in front. Multi-Uno on the far side, then Ningaloo Reef and Artifacts down the outside. Jackpot Star, 200 to go from Ningaloo Reef, then Artifacts. Jackpot Star's got 2 lengths now, 3 lengths in front, Jackpot Star. And Jackpot Star, today's his day, he's too good for them. Artifacts got home into second.
He was another horse that we know is going to get better going out over a bit further. Last preparation, his only win we saw from him came out over the 1400. So I think he certainly put the writing on the wall for a good preparation this time around, and hopefully can strike a track that's a little bit firmer. I think we'll only see a bit more of him. So my 2 horses to follow out of this hour of meeting are Ciao Bella Mia and Artifact.
Thursday racing at Coffs Harbour on the 4th of September. We had absolutely brilliant conditions.
Yeah, we did. Spring was definitely in the air. We had small fields, but we had a track upgrade, and I thought the track played beautifully today.
Yeah, certainly did. Good grass cover on it too. Mine comes out of race 3. It was Tartaglia. He was having his first start for Paul Snowden. He'd been off the scene about 4.5 months. He hadn't been to the trials. He was slow to begin. He got back. You'll pick him up coming to the home turn in the Australian Bloodstock colours. About midfield on the fence.
Up towards the home turn, 4.25 out. Jill Statement nursed along, swings the bend a length and a quarter. Boambi Beach peels around it. B2 third, Jusan the outside behind those next. Tartaglia and Luke Rolls is back towards the inside. They still haven't got Jill Statement inside the 200. It's full of running out by a length and a half. Boambi Beach, Tartaglia. Grey Effects, the Grey is working home along the inside. Jill Statement in front, up goes Grey Effects on the inside, charges to the lead. Grey Effects wins a length and a half. Tartaglia second.
I like what he did down the run. I thought halfway down the run you're going to win. And being off the scene with no trials, he just petered out the last little bit, didn't he?
Yeah, he was carrying 63 kilos, but I thought he did a really good job, and he's going to be stripping fitter next up.
Oh, no doubt. And he'll win a race or two, that horse.
He certainly will. My horse to follow comes out of race number 4. It was Satono Invader. He was having his first day at the races. He said it was up outside the leader. The eventual winner just sprints a little bit quicker than him at the top of the straight. He's in the red and white colours.
They've left the 600-metre mark behind them. Keiko Say and Satono Invader. They match motors. Cool Summer Nights gets the tag behind Satono Invader, followed by, on the inside was Hard Knock Life, and a further half length to Stratton. Into the straight they head. Keiko Say with a kick leads a long neck over Satono Invader, who's grinding away there. 5 clear of Hard Knock Life, Miss Gracie and Cool Summer Nights. Keiko Say joined by Satono Invader on the outside. Satono Invader's a neck in front. Keiko Say kicking back too well. Keiko Say a neck. Satono Invader second.
Good run.
I thought he was brilliant. He, like I said, the eventual winner just put a break on him, and he was really taking ground off the eventual winner over the final stages. He's got some improvement to come looking at him physically, so looking forward to seeing where he steps out next.
Right out. Tartaglia will do me out of race 3 for the Paul Snowden Yard. You follow him. He won't be far off winning one.
And I'm with Satono Invader.
They're our Take 2 horses coming out of Thursday's meeting at Coffs Harbour on the 4th of September.
Take 2 time racing was at Wyong this Friday, the 5th of September. It was Wyong Cup Day. We had 7 races on the card. We're on a good 4 surface, and Mel and I have picked out a couple of horses that we're keen to follow moving forward. As I understand it, you want to highlight a horse that went around in race number 4.
Yeah, it was Believe in Angels. He was first up today. He said it was midfield defence. He doesn't get a lot of clear galloping room majority of the straight, and I thought he had a lot to offer over the final stages. He's in the green colours.
Down the side, it's Balmain Darling, the leader. Led from Zunaka and Hoo-Ha. Last Druids off 4 wider. Then Leading Impact's got the camp on this leading 4. Then came Dear Jewel out wide around Echelon as they come to the bend. Balmain Darling, how much has she got left in the locker? She turns in front of length Zunaka. Leading Impact travels okay and goes back to the inside. Dear Jewel starts to rev up out in the middle of the track. Balmain Darling, she's trying to fight them off. Zunaka will charge late and got up. Zunaka beat the fast finishing Leading Impact on the rail. Balmain Darling will get third. Then came Dear Jewel out wide, followed by Next Believe in Angels.
I thought he was great. He's only going to be better second up into the campaign, and he should have finished a lot closer there.
The horse I want to highlight went around in the opening race, and it will seem a bit obvious. Napoleonic is his name. He's a horse I followed throughout his 2-year-old season, where he was hitting the line quite strong. First up today off a good Hawkesbury trial win. Watch how he puts his rivals to the sword.
As they start to really jam up here as they come to the turn. Yes, Boss has had a good lead. Led narrowly from Napoleonic, who likewise gets a nice run. Don't Tell Polly has started to be ridden along in third. Then Cane Bar's Gift Polo to the outside. Point of the bend now, and it's Yes, Boss, tackled by the favourite Napoleonic, and Napoleonic sailed on by. 150 metres left to go. Napoleonic 2, 3, 4 lengths in front now. Polo runs to second, then came Ironheart from the back, but it's all Napoleonic. Napoleonic blitzes them.
Yeah, you're super impressive, and I think there's bigger fish to fry for this 3-year-old colt. I think he's going places. So my horse to follow out of this Wyong meeting this Friday the 5th of September is Napoleonic.
And I'm Believe in Angels.
Take two from Hawkesbury on Country Music Day, Saturday the 6th of September. My first one to follow is out of the first race. She's on debut. Her name is She's a Sort, trained by Richard Litt. Mitchell Bell's on board. She gets every chance today. They hit the line, I thought she might have won. You follow her. She gets a lovely sit in behind the leaders. She sits 1-1. She takes a long while to wind up. But you just keep watching her the last 50 metres.
Around the turn, 4.25 left to run. Percolate nursed along in front, led narrowly from Fierce, who throws down a good challenger. She's a Sort, gets a crack at the pair. Then came Ho Aloha, held up behind them. Defiance into the clear of Good Enough with 150 metres left to go. Fierce struck the lead. A half length clear from She's a Sort. Defiance on the outside has made it too late. It's Fierce in front from She's a Sort.
Wow, she got close, didn't she? She's going to take a stack of improvement from this. Richard Litt will find a nice race for her, and she'll get the job done. She's a Sort. The other horse I want you to follow, he's one of the biggest horses. He's a big boy. In race number 6, his name is Strawberry Impact, trained by Blake Ryan. Now, he had 60 kilos today. You won't miss him. He settles last on the outside. And in a race that's dominated by On Speed, you keep an eye on him. He has to circle, and he charges to the line.
Around the bend, Cerismo in front, had a good kick too, led by 2 lengths Inception. It runs to second, Burn the Sky struggling. Then Sweet Future, Zoofield's got to get going, and then came Cheeky Smirks down the outside. But it's Cerismo with 150 metres left to go, 2 lengths in front from Inception. Cheeky Smirk down the outside with Strawberry Impact, but Cerismo is home. Cerismo eased down on the line, won by 4 lengths. Second, Strawberry Impact.
I don't think he's entitled to get so close. I thought he was a super effort. He's got plenty of improvement to come. And like the first one, I think Blake Ryan will find a nice spot for him and he'll get back in the winner's circle. The 2 horses from Hawkesbury today, from the Richard Litt stable, She's a Sort, and then from the Blake Ryan stable, Strawberry Impact.
Sunday racing was out of Gundagai. It was an improving track. We're on a 7 early and then we end up being on a 5. So good job by the club. This was their final meeting before the Snake Gully Cup Carnival in the middle part of November as well. So good to see a few contenders going around here in some of the minor races. There's some good wins. I thought the win of the day was by Grand Belizo, this horse trained by Fabio Martino. What a run. 4 of its last 5 it's won. It started off by winning at the Bong Bong Picnics last November and then just keeps getting better and better and better. Now, Deanne Pena only had 3 rides on the day and she won her first 2 and she was aboard this galloper who just sprints well clear of its rivals to win again.
4.50 to go. Grand Bellezza flying out in front by 3 to Brial Rose. Geddy's being asked to come into the race from Astana. Then Vela Magic, Tokyo Ice. Just Google Me's a mile off them as they straighten up. 2.50 to go. Grand Bellezza went for home. Shot 3 in front of Geddy Astana. Brial Rose, Tokyo Ice and Vela Magic. But Grand Bellezza is away by 2.5 to Astana. Tokyo Ice is running home well, but Grand Bellezza has run them into the ground.
Grand Bellezza just too good and keeps winning. I'm not sure what he'll do. Maybe step it up into the midweeks, but it's going to be very, very hard to beat wherever he takes it. My other horse to follow is a horse called Sacred Inferno. What a run this was. This is the best maiden run I've seen by a galloper for a long, long time. Prepared by Danielle Saib, a well-bred galloper. Now, Pierre Budvillon was aboard. When we picked them up, it's sort of in the blue, back on the inside, bluey grey colours. but it's so far back and then it just works its way through, comes to the outside and almost won the race. What a finish this was. A real cliffhanger. There was nothing between the three of them as they went across the line.
400 metres to go, and the leader here is Screen Spirit. Takes over here from Commanding Shadow, written by Lucy's right in the mix. Bold Rosie's out deep from Carnival Girl, and then Rum Jungle, Imminent Grace. It's written by Lucy, going up the Screen Spirit. Commanding Shadow the inside, Bold Rosie, and Rum Jungle's coming with a strong run. Rum Jungle on the outside goes up the written by Lucy and Screen Spirit. Rum Jungle written by Lucy. Sacred Inferno late. It's a photo. Three-way go. I think it rests between Written by Lucy and Rum Jungle with Sacred Inferno.
Written by Lucy was just able to hang on the inside, but I thought it was enormous. Will be winning very, very shortly. So my two horses to follow out of this meeting from Gundagai. I think they'll take a lot of beating going forward as well. Grand Bellezza and also the other one, Danielle Sibes Runner, out of this big meeting at Gundagai on Sunday.
It was Black Nugget Cup Day at Mudgee on Sunday, the 7th of September. It was also Father's Day, a good crowd on hand, some family activities as well throughout the course of the day for the patrons, and a really good day of racing. The Black Nugget Cup taken out by the Rhythm is a Dancer for Brett Kavanagh and Braith Knock. I found a couple of horses that didn't get the job done today that I think we can follow going into the future. And the first of them comes up in race number 2. It's a gelding by the name of Maybe Now. He's trained by Peter Nesta. Pete got him at the back end of last preparation. He gave him the one start and then tipped him out. He's had all of the build-up with him this preparation. He trialled up well leading into his first up run here today. He was over the 1,100 metres. He's by done deal. He finishes second in the tightest of photos. He'll only be better when he gets up in trip.
On the straight, Valare, the leader, single shy. Long time lovers coming down the outside. Fins Finale. Maybe Now is getting up along the fence. Zorko's a mile off them. Maybe Now is after Valare. Further out, Western Warrior runs home well. Maybe Now, single shy. And down the outside, Western Warrior. Maybe Now, Western Warrior. They go to line. Oh, gee. Western Warrior and Maybe Now.
Yeah, both of those horses, Western Warrior and Maybe Now, finished alongside each other in that trial at Narromine going back a fortnight. And they've turned up here and run really well, really cleared out from the rest of them and fought out that finish. And as I mentioned, I don't think a win will be too far away for Maybe Now. Pete Nesta's a pretty astute trainer. He'll get him up in trip shortly and a win won't be far away. Second horse to follow comes up out of race number 5 on the program. It was a benchmark 58. She's an old friend of mine, Saintly Sands. I've tipped her a few times. She's run another bottler today. She finishes second behind Commando Jack. But what you won't see in this replay is the fact that she bombed the start. She was probably 4 or 5 lengths behind the field when she came out. Winona Costin hunted her up, got her up into a spot, and she chased hard to the line. She finishes second. You'll see her in the red and yellow colours. It was a very good performance.
In the straight, Commando Jack, the leader. This I Do coming up along the inside. Green Run is joining in, but can't quite go with them at the moment. Commando Jack, This I Do, is coming home fairly well. Commando Jack's going pretty well here. Saintly Sands and Green Run, then This I Do. Commando Jack's in front, and Commando Jack beats Saintly Sands.
She was tested over the mile at Narromine last time out where she hit the front and half through the race away there. She dropped back to the 1400 today. She's proven to me she's a much better chaser. So I'm sure Rod Northern will find another race for her in that 1400, maybe stretch out to 1600 again. But I think 1400 is the ideal spot for her. And a win won't be too far away. She's gone absolutely enormous today. So the two horses to follow coming out of today's meeting at Mudgee are Maybe Now and Saintly Sands.
Thanks for your company on the program this week. We look forward to doing it all again next time around. Hope you can join us then. Bye for now.